on chain, untamed with that wild Tangz drip. Jungle coated legacy, swinging through the crypt. Cardano in my wallet, but the vibes on Mars. Every Tang got flavor, got soul, got bars. Pixel punching in the metaverse heat. Every trait legendary, unique and elite. You can see the deal rising, decisions on deck. Community run, and we earn that respect. Go wild, let the Tangs go free. We're vibing in the jungle, lab free. No chains on us, we swing with pride. Digital creatures that never hide. Go wild, go bold, go deep. The future ain't flat, it's funky and steep. We got the wildest crew on the blockchain ride. It's Tangz forever decentralized. I'm on.
Well, we're covered.
Hello.
What did I do? It's not a good attack. Hey, there we are. What's up, man?
How's it going?
Good, man. Good. Let's see. Can we get like a virtual? Can I get a virtual background? Let's see. What's my?
I always find out the virtual backgrounds.
I know. How'd you do that?
I just went to settings at the bottom.
I'm so old. So old. Got it. Let's try it. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, me and my. Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I wanted to do one where it was like confetti or something to celebrate.
I think we can probably do a custom one.
Yeah, I'll have to upload it.
A green screen.
Yeah, some sort of thing like that. Oh, here it is. Okay. Save link as confetti. God damn. Man, maybe making everything hard. Confetti. GIF. All right, let's upload some confetti. Let's see if I can do it, baby. Upload an overlay. Ready, Opti? We're celebrating. Let's see if it happens.
Let's see it. Is it happening?
It's a GIF. Oh, there we are. Hey. Woo.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. 3 years of rugging, everyone. How's it going, man?
Yeah, I'm feeling very rugged today.
I know. How long did you think, when you first got into NFTs, how long do you think it would last?
I don't know. I thought it would go on for, I don't know, for a long time, or at least the run up anyway. I thought it was gonna go on forever, but of course it didn't.
Yeah, dude, there's no way. I did not think this was gonna go past, like, I thought Tangz would be like, oh, I'll sell some artwork and then go a few months, nothing crazy. Like, I did not think it would. Ooh, someone bringing you something?
Yeah.
You have someone who brings you something. That's nice. I legit thought it would be like, I don't know, a couple months, maybe 6 months, maybe a year tops. So yeah, I was playing a little snip of Crypto Boy because that is my favorite song ever. But man, 3 years after all that stuff, all the vibes, still here, still rocking.
Mic check. Can you hear me?
Mic check. Yeah, I can hear you now, man.
Awesome. Yeah, it's
got one ear on. Oh, there you go. Now you got two.
Yeah, I just had to make sure I can hear myself. But yeah.
Nice.
So you didn't expect you didn't expect your own project to last a few months?
No, dude, I mean, that was the thing, is like, I didn't come in saying like, oh, we're just going to roll in, roll out, but it was an art project at first. Like, it was me just drawing shit. So I was like, oh, cool. I'll sell some cartoons. I was more into crypto for the trading, but then haven't really been good at that either. So yeah, man, I did not expect anything to last this long. I mean, if you think about it, we've been in business 3 years, and we'll go through some of the highlights and talk about what's next. But like, you know, we didn't have any minting tools at launch. We didn't have any like mining, any mobile, nothing, dude. It was just a pen and a dream.
When was the first mint?
So the first mint opened June 15th. I had a spreadsheet. I think we were selling about 100 a day. So back when I was doing it, they were 30 ADA. So we were making we were making good money. We were making like $1,200 a day, $1,500 a day. Nothing to sneeze at. And it was a 4,444 collection. But then like we partnered with Clumsy Ghosts July 8th or 7th or something. And then we just sold out in like 24 hours. So
2023 or 22?
2022.
Wow. 3
years.
I'm sorry, 3 years ago. I thought it was 2. Oops.
I know, not 2026 yet, man. Almost, not quite.
Almost. Also, and the first collection I also saw, because the volume was crazy back then, wasn't it? I think
it was nuts.
Had over like 1 million in that collection.
Yeah, dude, we had 1 million ADA, like, and it was different, right? That was only 20-cent ADA, 30-cent ADA, because it had plummeted so crazy. But yeah, like now, like I'm proud of the new collection for sure. But now we're like 10,000, 20,000 ADA on the new collection, and like honestly, for new collections, that's not bad on secondary. I remember I was around when around that time Cardano actually beat Solana for weekly NFT volumes at one point.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was like DGods days and stuff. DGods was Utes weren't out. DGods 2 wasn't out. That was the big hype. Frank was like, they were writing threads about how Frank was like the Apple, like the Steve Jobs of NFTs. He hadn't even doxed yet. Wow. He had not even doxed.
And look how things have changed. Now he's like, what?
Changed.
But yeah, down.
So I'm wearing this in honor of 3 years.
Nice.
Monkey Man. So.
You have more of those hoodies?
I don't. They were limited edition. I have a couple smalls. If you're a small, maybe I'll send you one. I have like a couple extra smalls. But nah, dude, they went quick, man. We were at CNFT Con 2022. Which shout out to them, man. I keep trying to get more funds so that we can travel. I'm looking into Rare Evo this year. Maybe we won't have a booth, but maybe I'll go hang out with some folks.
That's good.
Yeah. So, but obviously got some things in the hopper before then that I'm pumped about, that I know I've been showing you previews about. We can't share yet, but showing Opti some previews. Pretty slick. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. And with the new AI you were playing around with, the promo should be interesting.
Yeah, dude. AI is pretty nutty these days. So I've been promoting it. But yeah, man, 3 years. I mean, today's kind of a look back. You know, if you're in here, welcome. Retweet the room, like the spaces. I know it's World War III, but we're celebrating 3 years instead. So
almost World War III. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. It's nuts, man.
Almost there.
But I'm pumped to be here, celebrating with everyone. Really excited to talk about what we've done, and like happy to hit on mining or other stuff the project's got going. But yeah, just really grateful for, you know, the 3 years we've had. It's been awesome.
Sounds good. Thank you guys for showing up. We have a total of 200 people in here. That's right. Oh no. Yeah, actually it has about 23.
23, almost headed zero.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for coming in, guys. So let us know if you guys have any questions or whatever, and I guess we'll get going. So what did you want to touch on first? Like the tools, or just, you know, going back in time? Or
yeah, let's go back in time. I mean, you want me to share? I think I pulled up the legacy thing last week, but I'll do it again, man. Let's pull up legacy while Tangz. Okay. This is where it all started. Actually, you know what? Let's see if we can do the Wayback Machine. Let me see if I can get that. Because somebody literally was like, you were talking about metadata or metaverse when you were first doing it. Hi, friend. Someone's giving you bunny ears.
Yeah, messing around with me.
All right, let's try to see if we can get to the Wayback Machine. Because I think we were talking about metaverse stuff. We were talking about like, okay, we launched, May 30th. This is 2 weeks before Mint. Let's see what it's going to pull up. Wonder how well it caches these Squarespace sites.
Are you pulling it up?
Yeah, can you see? Let me add it to the stage. Oh, did you do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it my Wi-Fi slow or something?
I don't know. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, me neither. Huh. Let me try to add it again. Oh, there it is. Dude, this was it. This was it. Holy cow. So, yep. It was all about deep background in both Cardano NFT space and artificial intelligence. So Cardano NFT space was Specs, my brother-in-law, who was co-founder with me. And we were using hand-drawn art combined with a custom program. Wow, I was like really going in on the AI here.
We used AI to generate all that?
Yeah, I mean, I did, right? Like that was the whole thing. Was I was really like, okay, so part of the genesis for the art portion was I thought we had discussed how stupid it was that I forget which collection. I don't know if it was like Boss Cat or Beyond Rockets or something. They were cool collections. But when you get to 10,000, you have a lot of like near duplicates. So Specs and I were really pissed about that. And so we were like, okay, can we just generate something that's not just random, but like unique and kind of like creative? And so what I built was an algorithm that essentially took all the traits and it did what's called gradient descent, which is like a nerdy machine learning way of saying like iterative learning going in multiple cycles. And so it did like a gradient descent to generate these. So that's why the series one kind of pops, because they're guaranteed to be at least 3 traits apart. And they also combine the rarity element. So I thought it was like a really cool way to highlight the uniqueness of the, like both the separate and random. I don't know that message really landed with people, but like I drew all the traits and then did that. But yeah, you can see here, man, Wednesday, June 15th. Wow. Unreal.
38.
Yep.
4,000.
Wow.
I think was I around? Yeah, it said April 15th, right?
June 15th.
June. Okay, yeah, I was around. I was barely around, but yeah, I was.
You're barely around. Well, so Dr. Tang is what he was Dr. Tang first because he didn't even want people to know he was Specs.
Your
he was
co-founder?
Like, yeah, it was Specs. It's my brother-in-law, but he was terrified of doxing for some reason. I doxed pretty quickly. I was like, whatever, I don't care. But
yeah, I didn't come into space either, docs. Then a year later, I was like, all right. I mean, I'm gonna be here for a while.
Yeah. So this was me, multi-buds hodler, primate who enjoys banana beer. Still applies. These still apply to both of us. These are still both accurate. Doxed.
Python hacking preferred.
Yeah, I did a lot of Python. I was doing a lot of Python at the time. Honestly, like now I'm mostly in JavaScript and doing Flutter and stuff. But back in the day, man, I was doing a ton of Python script kiddie shit.
Nice.
So when mint, yep, that's right. Do not send data from an exchange. Oh man, dude, do you remember those days? Because these were back in the vending machine days. So that was the other thing. This was pre-multi-sig. That's the other thing. So this is pre-multi-sig. Nobody was doing multi-sig mints because we hadn't figured out how to hide the metadata. So and I remember the first multi-sig mint at scale, I think was Ore using NMaker. I can't remember. Mm-hmm. But so back in the day, you would send data somewhere and it was like a popgajang. You would get back your NFT. And so I remember the days when people would send ADA from a Coinbase or an exchange, and we would try to send back the ADA to the NFT to the exchange, and the NFT would just get eaten. So that's there's bugs in Coinbase and shit like that. So everybody was freaking out. Like, don't send your ADA from exchanges. Get your ADA off exchanges. It was a different time.
How many people made that mistake? I
wonder, man. If you look at the the known addresses for exchanges in Pool PM, you can see a shit ton of grails. Like there are grail buds, grail other things. And Coinbase could get them and assign them to users, but they haven't. So when Moon, never mint anymore. Ooh, the Twitter and Discord. We have a detailed roadmap of future artwork. Did that. Metaverse tie-ins. I think that one didn't pan out. And then IRL experiences merch. We did that. Good. Yeah, we did. What else do I need to know?
What was the metaverse thing?
So back when that shit was minting, what's it called? Clay was going crazy building their own metaverse, which I think now if they folded into Sandbox or something, or they've changed their roadmap and stuff. But Clays were huge because they were trying to build a whole metaverse, and they had if you remember the Bake Nation plots, they had you could buy a land plot.
Yeah.
So I was thinking okay, we got monkeys running around. I wanted to have the monkeys bomb in on the Clay metaverse. I was never going to build my own metaverse, but I wanted monkeys to kind of bomb in. And that was when we were more art focused and more of an art project before we became more like a utility project. So yeah. And this is tech specs for minting. So phase 3 was metaverse. Banana stand. I wanted a banana stand on the Clay Nation plots. But yeah, we did do merge. We did limited edition art pieces. We have those. Those are the buffoons. And we did an additional NFT series. I mean, we did more than what we said, but pretty much, yeah.
Except for phase 3, right?
Yeah, no metaverse. No metaverse. If you guys want a metaverse, does anyone hang out in the metaverse anymore?
Which metaverse is what? Like the Centraland or something?
Yeah, I think Sandbox has other side, isn't that right? I have a metaverse character that was made for me by someone that kind of looks like.
There was one metaverse that the seals are in that I forgot what it's called, but I went in that one.
Let's see. Where's here? Will this show up? Yeah, so someone helped me make this. It was pretty sweet. You see my I gotta share this tab instead. See my screen?
Yeah.
So someone helped me make a 3D GLB with me in the suit.
So that's you in a suit.
Yeah. Gosh, I apologize to whoever helped me make this, who I'm now forgetting. It might have been CNFT Bit, but I'm not sure. But yeah, so it was it's back when I had long hair too. Me in a suit.
Damn.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. So I thought the metaverse was cool. We did an art. Actually, it's funny the metaverse times. We did do an art show in the metaverse. We put up all the Tangz in it, and it was really cool. Actually, Wings, CNFT Wings. I'm forgetting his name, but he is a bit little Cardano bits as his PFP. But he helped me get all set up in the metaverse. We did an art show. We walked around in it. I had my avatar. It was fun, man. I loved it. But it seems like that's less important these days. I mean, don't forget it was COVID too. Everyone was still home when I launched this.
So that was 2022, right?
Oh yeah, this was vaccines came out in early 21.
Right.
And then and things started to open up, but then 2021 to 2022 was the vaccine passports. So people were still working from home. You needed a vaccine passport to go anywhere. I remember I started a new job and I took a work trip around the time I launched Tangz, and we had to have a vaccine passport to get into a restaurant. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was nuts, man. Back in the day.
I do remember having to carry around my card.
Yep.
I would often forget it, so I have to go back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't end up doing anything that day.
I know.
Crazy.
It's crazy. So,
and I was in the military at that time too, so I had to take the vaccine and carry that card like it was a part of my body.
Oh, you still served at that point? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I think I had 1 or 2 years left in the contract. And
dang.
The mRNA vaccine was mandatory, and the card was mandatory.
It's funny because ours actually, even though I work at a healthcare company, ours was not mandatory. I always thought that was funny. So
I had no choice. I mean, otherwise it would be a dishonorable discharge.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow, that's nuts looking back on it. That's pretty
absolute dictatorship, but it was it was the military.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they can do whatever the fuck they want.
And I was a medic, so yeah.
Court martial your ass if you don't.
That'd be crazy.
Dude, that's nuts. Medic in the military with a dishonorable discharge if you didn't get it. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. We made it through.
Yeah, that was a funny time. I remember when we launched it 3 years ago, just being in my basement, like I've said before, being in my basement on Stoner's Club in the middle of the night with COVID, quarantining in my basement. was when Delta was around and stuff. It was totally different. So now it's just like another cold. But
crazy. So
that was 3 years ago, man.
Yeah.
So what happened 2 years ago? Did we do anything?
2023. You mean regarding Wild Tangz or?
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm trying to think if in 2023. Let's see.
I don't remember at all, but I do remember you guys were minting, and I think Bape was screaming at everyone to go mint.
Yeah. 3-year anniversary. I'm looking at from. Let me see if I can do a Google search. See if we have anniversary from Wild Tangz. 3-year anniversary. Year. I thought I sent you something, right? Can you send me that tweet that I sent you? Let me see if I can pull it up.
Let me see. Send it to me through Discord.
Oh, here it was. Yep, I found it. We did a sellout anniversary. This will be a good way to like highlight all the things we were touting back then. And this was 2 years ago, so we built even more since then. So let me share my screen. So then at 1 year in, we were touting Wild Specs, who's now off social. Bye, Wild Specs. We miss you. Oh, Luckbox is off social. Dang, crazy. Yeah, Malar. Shout out Malar, Crypto Kev, Bitmorsel, Get Woke. Nice, man. Those are our mods. They were great. So the OG utility, the one of one minter.
Wow.
Mobile apps. We already had a mobile app, and then when people were doing the marketplace sweeper, man. That was it though. Really, 1 year in, all we had was 3 tools.
Crazy.
We had like several 100,000 ADA in volume off 3 tools. Isn't that crazy?
Wild. Wait, so was that free to use?
Yeah. So the one of one minter was like if you had one NFT, you could use as much as you want, which was crazy at the time because like the single minter on JPEG, I think cost like 2 ADA or something. No, it didn't even exist. But there were people out there who had minting tools. I think NMKR had a single minter for like 2 to 4 ADA. But shout out Patier. Actually, Patier and Monad are kind of the reason I got into NFTs because when I started thinking about what to build and building my own minter, they were basically talking about how NMaker had just passed. I think at the time NMaker had just passed like 500,000 or 1 million they had minted. So I was like, oh, damn, there's a lot to be doing here. So, yeah, you could basically for 30 to 50 ADA, depending on what the secondary was at the time, you could get unlimited one of one mints. And you still can, still up. But that was like our original. I think that carried us through. Honestly, like that plus Clumsy Ghost carried us through the first like 6 to 7 months. That was really what like people were jazzed about. Yeah. And we've talked before about the projects that have used it. But then I wanted the mobile apps. I did that pretty quickly. It was Ape Watch at the time. Shout out Yabba Dabba Doo. He doesn't exist in the Web3 sphere much anymore, but he's a good dude. And he had Ape Watch, which he ultimately had to shut down. It was kind of like an early version of Tap Tools, to be honest. And it had like
see all the charts and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It had like NFT data, floor prices, and stuff. But like if you don't remember back then, there were no coins. Like there were no meme coins. It wasn't like people were trading snack and stuff. Like this was all pre-snack, pre-whatever. So like Tap Tools really like exploded when people could just trade meme coins. But he was doing a very similar thing for NFTs. So he would show you like floor prices and traits and stats like that. It's pretty
cool. Kind of like a CNFT tools, am I correct?
Yeah, it was definitely like CNFT tools. It was. I don't know if CNFT tools had analytics at the time. They had rarity. They had rarity.
Yeah, just rarity and just a few basic things, but not.
Do you remember? Are you old enough to remember CNFT Jungle?
Yes. Yeah, I do remember that. I didn't use it a lot. Actually, I don't think I used it at all.
That's how I first met Melon before Dex Hunter.
It actually came in at the tail end of CNFT.io.
Right.
And then
Right.
they sort of just left.
Right.
I used them once or twice.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. And then
they said no dice. So 1 year in, yeah, we only had three pieces of utility really. We had, so the marketplace sweeper and some of that stuff was our 2023 focus. And honestly, I don't think JPEG didn't have multi-buys until I think 2024 almost, or
yeah,
like late 2023. So it was a long time. Yeah.
It was 2024.
It was 2024. Wow. Damn. Crazy.
Was that hard to build, the sweeper?
Yeah, it was annoying, honestly, because like what you had to do back then, and like we didn't have really good transaction chaining either. Like Typhon had started to do it, but they didn't do a really great job of it. But you would basically have to take like I had code that said like, okay, don't do anything in your wallet, and I would prepare like, let's say you wanted to buy, a 10 to 1, a 28 to 1, and a 38 to 1. I would take 65 or 69 ADA worth of your UTXOs. I would chop them up into like 10 plus fees, 20 plus fees, and 30 plus fees. And then I would go boom, boom, boom. So because the UTXOs, I knew how to program independently, I could submit the transactions independently. And so that's why you could sweep really fast, because you could just like, it was like sign, boom, and pay for it. But I actually was the first one who tried to implement multi-buys with my sweeper, where I would like buy multiple at a time off the same contract using redemption logic. And it was before Plutus V3. So the contract would fail. So I literally would be on chain. I have a thread where I basically say, okay, you can maybe buy 2 at a time, but the contract wasn't efficient enough to do it. So we would basically run out.
Damn.
But yeah, it sucked. I really wanted to do it super efficiently, but Blake, do you remember Blake? Blake was the head of JPEG at the time. Yeah.
Before, I do. I remember.
Yeah, Blake was before. Who do they have now? Who I'm blanking on? Sorry.
Oh, so they changed it. Okay.
Yeah, they have a CEO now.
Yeah. The transaction chaining part, I remember Typhoon was the only one that would support that at the time.
Yeah, dude.
So like,
yeah, it was nuts, man. But yeah, so I had to split all that up, and then I did have like the native smart contract one, but yeah, I just never really was able to get it done with the contract they had. So
wow.
Well, Penny is the Penny's the new CEO. Yeah. Penny Dance. Sorry, Penny.
Penny.
Got your name for a sec. Here, I'll pull him up. Shout out Penny.
Is JPG store making any money right now?
I don't know. I wish them the best. I hope they are. I have no
idea.
idea.
Because the NFT volume is like so down.
I know.
It's all about the tokens right now, and
all about those shit coins, baby. All about those Trump coins.
Yeah, or people are holding stuff just to get passive something.
Yeah. But then, yeah, dude, like that took us through years. So basically, that was the intro utility, was all the minting stuff. Then the sweeping stuff that took us through almost the end of year 2, and then 18 months in, that's when we did series 2. And the big deal there was the new platform.
Nice. And when was the series 2 again? It was like end of last year, right? Or
no, it started, actually, that's the crazy thing is it started in January of last year. So it actually is, yeah, exactly. It's been for 18 months.
So it's been minting for like around that.
Oh yeah, yeah. We started it. I'm trying to sort them by latest, but oh shoot, this is gonna be too long. Let's see. All-time volume. We crossed in 2023. First cross marketplace sweep. Let's see if I can pull up the tweet here. Yeah, we've been minting for like 9 to 10 months before the final, like obviously year 3 this past year has been almost all mining, which is just great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like a full 9 months of that where we sold a good amount. I was really pumped. We sold probably 1,000 just off the strength of Net and L's artwork and some of the utility we built for sure. So
the rest was sold out. It was this year.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so all right, let's see. Bullish on Artist March 2024. I gotta imagine I had a thread here somewhere. It's the problem when we tweet like maniacs, man.
I've been tweeting forever.
I know. White hoodie. Dang. Minted by Tangz.
18 months.
Do you see any tweets in January? Oh, here. Mint is live and we are celebrating. Let me put up my screen. So yeah. So then January of last year, 18 months in, that took us kind of through 2 years. We did a brand new Series 2 mint, all new artwork, the upgrade. Still have the Series 1 utility if you want it, but yeah, dude, we did a whole new platform, and that was our year 2. That was wild.
Thanks.
No. Wild. Thanks.
This is a long time ago.
I know, man. You feeling old yet?
Oh man, yeah.
I'm just liking these pics. I'm just going back to the artwork.
So was that one? So when you started that one, was it pretty hype as well?
Yeah, it was funny because we got a lot of shit for it. I mean, Esco is hot and cold with me, baby. But Esco was like, "Oh, you're rugging the OG collection," and I'm like, "Wait, what happened to Boss Cat having this thing and a Beyond Rockets having that thing and Clay Nation having the Big Nation plot?" So I think the story for like doing it could have been tighter for sure. But yeah, it was kind of controversial at the time. Like it was seen by some as like you kind of said, and then of course I had to say to them, hey, look at my tweets. It's always said 12 to 18 months. We're at 18 months. So yeah, mixed. It was definitely a mixed bag. So
you pulled it off.
We pulled it off, man. Pulled it off because where's the drum roll for the last thing?
I don't know how I'll just do this.
We ended with the last 9 months of just like fucking insane mining go ham. I mean,
a lot. And we hit
pretty beautiful.
I think the highest we saw was 280 for a single day. And for the week, I think the highest was 2K. I don't remember.
Yeah. I mean, some of it has to do with I think the one you're looking at is like a 6-day thing. So I actually think it's slightly more than 1,100, which I gotta fix that logic. But yeah, dude, I mean,
wow, I tweeted a lot.
Yeah, you've been tweeting like crazy. But look at this. Yeah, so we scaled up really fast, man. We got multiple. We're at like almost 4 petahash now. We got something coming out soon, which I've been talking to Opti about, which I think could push that into the 10 to 20 petahash. Like, yeah, last 7 months we locked in on mining.
Nice. And so the growth's been pretty good there.
I know.
I like to see it. Holders are happy. Everyone's happy.
I know, man. I love seeing people get paid. Like people participating in, like that's when we always shit on governance. Like that's what crypto is, right? It's decentralized finance. It's, hey, we're taking back what's ours. We're not gonna store our money in a fucking bank and they're just gonna sit on it and say 1 to 2%. And then, oh, by the way, just because Stripe wants to, they're gonna fucking debank us. Like, No, these are permissionless networks. If someone wants to pay me in Bitcoin, they'll pay me in Bitcoin. So shout out the US, by the way. The US just is passing the Genius Act now. It's in its final lap. So that's going to be huge because like I cannot wait for like, and people shit on Circle, whatever. But like, yeah, USDC, like if I could just convert my payments for mining through some USDC provider and Circle will like integrate Visa and MasterCard and all these. Like,
be a lot easier.
Fuck yeah, I'll do that. It's a ton easier, natively there. I don't have to worry about any bank payouts. If I switch from like, you know, a USDC on ramp over here to some Tether over here, like, yeah, I'm in it for the decentralization. So I think this is a great place for us as Wild Tangz to be.
Yeah, it's like, a good time.
Yeah, another level of utility to participate in these networks. So.
Not bad. Well, so that's crazy. So the growth has been insane. Yeah, I can't wait for with the next thing that's coming. You did say it was going to go to about 10 petahashes, right?
I hope. Yeah. We're at like the latest report here. Let me pull up the.
And is that way? So is that total or is that just for BTC?
No, that would just be for BTC.
Okay.
I mean, I'll pull up our. Let me.
Oh, I see it.
Present the Discord.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I want to keep chugging as high as we can go, but like we're already at 3.5 petahash of daily compute, and we're growing. So yeah, I want to get 100 gigahash, and I want to get 10 petahash, and growth mindset. That's where I want to be, right?
Not bad. Well, that's good. A second here. Why is my computer freezing? Oh, it's not freezing. Okay, I can see it.
That's all right. Great. We're gonna have to dip out here soon, man. But three years in 40 minutes. How'd we do?
I think we did pretty well. Because it's pretty simple, to be honest. So Wild Tangz. I remember when you guys came out with the first collection. So it's tools heavy, like a lot of open source stuff. The sweeper, the NFT. You could view your NFTs and the portfolio, I believe, right? So I remember people were shilling that. And then the series 2 is a lot about, you mentioned the unified app, so the mining dashboard and everything. And we pretty much covered all of it. 3 years and counting, hopefully a lot more.
Yeah, hopefully a lot more. I mean, we're still here, man. Like, not just posting a random tweet every couple of weeks to satisfy some bag holders, like building every week, plans for new things.
Yeah, like what I like about Wild Tangz is that I have a lot, like I have a lot to tweet about. So it's not like as if nothing is happening. I have tweeted for I'm not gonna say which ones. I have tweeted for some projects that sort of went down, and then it was like, all right, there's nothing here anymore. But Wild Tangz has been around, and there's always something to tweet about. So that's good.
That's good. Man. Happy. Well, we won't put anyone else on blast, but yeah, I'll try to keep you busy, man. I got to keep you going.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. All right. So, how many we got here? 380 people. Okay.
Damn, 380
Thanks
people.
Everybody for coming here. Hope you enjoyed this show. It's our 3-year anniversary. If you're a holder, say hi or just continue holding that Tang. Let us know how much Bitcoin or like everything else you've been rewarded with. 3 years and counting. I hope you guys are happy, and will continue to hold and do stuff with us.
Yeah, man. Like, look, I know you see those pictures of people selling the OGs of, oh, I sold this thing for $1 million, and there's all this hype, and then there's a bunch of shit around tokens. But like, I'm glad we doxed. I'm glad I've been a part of this community. It's not always been easy, and people do have their time, their money, things invested into this, just like any company that's getting started. But this has been a way, way more fun way to build than being in some back office or trying to get PR in some splashy like magazine or shit like that. Like we were talking, actually, I'll end the stream on this. Fun fact, I was talking in the DMs. I was going to be employee number 19 at Circle. Do you know that?
I think you mentioned that once before. I don't remember. That's 19. Crazy.
But, you know, you would have had to be building in the back for 12 years. But like this has been building for 3 years in public with you guys. And like, yes, it would have been nice to be at some of these other places, but like, I just appreciate the community. We've had tons of different people come in and out. You know, we've had different compositions of our community, but like, we welcome anybody. And yeah, so here's to 3 more years. Here's to you, Opti, for all the great work you're doing. And man, just super pumped to have you all here.
Let's go. Yeah, it's been a good time.
Awesome,
man. More. All right, take care, y'all.
Peace.
Got 12 wallets, but Solana ain't one. Cardano's my main, where the real gains come from. Stacking that 88, I'm ahead of the pack. Crypto king moves, yeah, I'm never looking back. Started with a vision, now I'm deep in the game. Cardano's my fortress, 88's my flame. Solana's out there, but I'm not impressed. Smart contracts on Cardano, I'm truly blessed. 12 wallets loaded, yeah, I'm diversified. Crypto life's a hustle and I'm fully energized. Wallet chase a hype, I'm staking my way. Cardano's the truth, I'm here to stay. Yeah, got 12 wallets, but Solana ain't one. Cardano's my main, where the real gains come from. Stacking that 88, I'm ahead of the pack. Crypto king moves, yeah, I'm never looking back. Solana's got speed, but it trips and it falls. Cardano's my rock, answering all my calls. Wallets on wallets, but I'm picky with chains. Solana's uninvited, I'm dodging the flames. Eight in my veins, I'm a blockchain believer. Building my empire, no room for a fever. Steady with the gains, watch my profits ignite. Cardano's my vision, I'm owning the night. Yeah. So if you're on